Therefore, the Wu family is an absolute accomplice. Charlie believed that Ragnar would be very, very uncomfortable after this video was released. Didn't he want to confront him? Isn't he secretly looking for his enemy, ready to unite and attack him? Sorry, this young master is already impatient with waiting, so take your brother-in-law first. So Charlie immediately said to Isaac, put all the members of this gang of beggars into that Iveco, and then weld the steel bars on their hands to the car body. Yes. Isaac gave an order, and many people in black rushed up quickly. Every 2 people grabbed one and brought them all into the car, which had been cut off and topped Iveco. The children of Iveco have been taken to the helicopter and continue to fall asleep. The people in black didn't have any kindness to them, even if these people were crying and howling. Immediately after the electric welding machine started up again, the steel bars were wrapped around their wrists. This time they directly welded the steel bars on their wrists to the car. The welding caused a violent high temperature, and this group of people howled. The whole scene is like purgatory on earth. At this time, Charlie looked at Lu Zhaochen's family of 5, and said coldly, your family, do some sneaking and petting businesses. You won't change after repeated teachings, you are extremely nasty, and are inferior to a stupid. It's really everyone's possession and condemnation. Today I will walk for the sky and send your family on the road. After finishing speaking, he ignored the hoarse pleadings of the Lu family, and directly let the people in black bring them into Iveco, and weld them firmly with the others. At the scene, Zhang Ming, who was almost frightened, was left alone. Zhang Ming's eyes towards Charlie were so empty that they lost his soul. His whole body was shivering constantly, and his mouth murmured, Charlie, we have grown up together, I beg you to forgive me, I am not a heinous person, I don't want to die. Please, you see, for the sake of growing up together for so many years, spare my life. Charlie lowered his head to see that his crotch was already covered with filthy things, and it seemed that he had already incontinence. His face looked like frost, and he said coldly, Zhang Ming, when you are born, you have to know what you can do and what you can't do. The 100,000 volt high voltage line will kill if you touch it. When you are a first-time offender, and you are open, not to mention that you grew up in a welfare institution. Child trafficking is a high voltage line that no one can touch, and the one we should not touch is orphans like us. I don't understand this truth, so what's the point of your life? Zhang Ming crumbled and grabbed his hair and tore a large bunch of hair. Then he raised his head and looked at Charlie with blood-red eyes. Charlie, before I die, I have one more question I hope you can answer. Can you satisfy my wish? Charlie nodded and said, for the sake of growing up together, I will satisfy your wish. No matter what question, I will answer you. However, after I answer you, after you'll get my answer, you are going away from this world. Zhang Ming shuddered suddenly, staring at Charlie, and asked, Charlie, who are you? What are you, who can have such great energy? Charlie smiled slightly. Even if he was right, Zhang Ming would definitely ask him this question. So, he squatted down, looked at Zhang Ming's eyes, and said word by word, Zhang Ming, what I want to tell you next, even my wife doesn't know it. This may be the last thing you get before you die. An answer, so I hope you can listen carefully. Zhang Ming swallowed hard, nodded hard, and said with a trace of unwillingness in his eyes, don't worry, I will listen carefully to every word you say, so that I can come to you for revenge in my next life. Charlie smiled indifferently, then listened carefully. I am from the Wade family of Eastcliff. What? Zhang Ming has lived for more than 20 years, and what Charlie said was the most shocking and incredible sentence he had heard in his life. With bloodshot eyes, he observed at Charlie's face and muttered, impossible, how is this possible? I know you, I have known you since I was a child, your name is Charlie, you are an orphan. You were 8 and taken back to the orphanage by Aunt Lena when you were 20 years old. You were like me. In this society, there is no support, no father and no mother. How could it be that you are the young master of the Wade family? Charlie smiled slightly. I know, it's hard for you to believe this, but it's really true. Otherwise, how could you think I could mobilize so many people to chase you casually? Look at these helicopters. Look at these people in black with live ammunition. If I were not the young master of the Wade family, you should have succeeded this time. But, Jiang Ming asked incredulously, if you are the young master of Wade's family, why did you grow up in the orphanage? Why didn't they treat you and took you away? Why let you, a young master in oblivion, live with a stinky silk like us since childhood? Charlie smiled and said, they didn't know my whereabouts back then. Before my father died, it took a lot of hard work to hide my identity. Although the Wade family has been looking for me, they never thought I will grow up in an orphanage. Jiang Ming immediately asked, then they found you again now? When did it happen? Why is this? Charlie said, they came to me some time ago. Before they found me, I was just like you, and I might not be as good as you, because at that time, I was not only physically penniless, I still worked as a live-in son-in-law at my wife's house. Every day I washed clothes and cooked. I didn't see any hope in life. Unlike you, you can at least work as a director in a deceptive company.